Robin, I'm anxious to get to the news. Are you going to do the Kathy Lee stuff?
Of course.
Because I want to talk to you about that. Go ahead.
I had that as my lead story.
Should we take a break and then do the lead story, or do the lead story now? Fred, you make the decision.
I'd say let's start fresh after the break.
Okay.
All right.
You have the Kathy Lee story.
Absolutely.
Good.
The whole story.
I am ready to comment on that.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
That's what they tell me.
We're back with The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
All right, very good, Robin. Let's get to this Kathy Lee Gifford story. I'll be at Brentano's at 5th and 48th today at
11:30.
I'm going to try and get there by 11:30, but anyone who comes up until 12:30, I'll sign your book.
Kathy Lee is fed up with her show. She says on a show that will be aired tonight on CNBC, the Charles Grodin Show.
The Bad Toupee Show.
Well, I don't know why she chose that venue for her news. But
Because Charles Grodin's such a great interviewer, he can get anything out of anybody.
No, you think she'd do this on some high-profile show.
She's obnoxious.
But anyway, what she has said is that her producer is not in touch with their audience.
Then how come they have such high ratings?
She knows more about the audience that's watching Live with Regis and Kathy Lee than he does.
Oh, now she knows how to produce.
If they don't start listening and paying more attention to what she has to say about what guests should be on the show, she's not going to sign on for another year.
You want my take on her?
Okay.
I think that Regis Philbin, I'm not a big fan of Regis's, and I don't see the appeal of either one of those two because they're so vapid and. I mean, I do tune in the show, so there must be something there, and I think I do watch because I want to have sex with her. I'd love to just foul her and give her my demon seed, Kathy Lee. But Regis, no matter who his female co-host has been, has quite frankly done very, very well. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's always gotten high ratings with whoever they team him with. They get a nice, attractive woman on there, they make a nice couple, and they sit there and they yenter it up. They banter about nothing. But the old farts who watch that show like it. So I think it's time for her to leave. She's threatening to leave. She's insulting the producer that he doesn't know his job. Meanwhile, the guy is at least booking guests that people seem to want. What guest is he not booking? Well,
according to Regis's book, Kathy Lee got all upset when they didn't want to have Art Buchwald on the show because she has a long-standing, I guess that's a gift friend, she inherited when she married Giff. Yeah. Because I can't imagine she'd be buddying up with Art Buchwald on her own. But anyway, she wanted Art on the show.
No one wants him on there.
And Gelman, the producer, said no and refused to back down.
Of course.
He didn't bow to her wishes.
Smart.
And even though she pushed as hard as she possibly could, he stood his ground, and that was the end of their relationship, apparently. There's nothing but icy stares now, and et cetera.
Here's a girl who was
She just wants this man fired, basically what it is.
Here's a girl who was a singer on Name That Tune, who now suddenly knows what's good for the Regis Kathy Lee show in terms of booking guests. She doesn't know.
She couldn't get herself arrested until they found her for Regis and Kathy Lee.
And Regis ought to dump her at this point because she's an annoying bitch. And she's opening her mouth about this guy who works on the program who's, what's it to her? Just go show up and do the show. I'll tell you her problem is. She's married to a very old guy. And like Robin said, remember you once said that Kathy Lee, when her book came out, she had big, giant pictures of Giff when he was 18 years old, and he was a really good-looking guy hanging all over the place. She really wants to be with a younger man. That's my theory on her. And she needs it really good from a young guy. That's all. And then she'll shut her mouth.
She'd be happy with the producer.
Yeah. She wouldn't even have time to think about the producer.
How could you get upset that Art Buchwald is not on your show? Like, people are going to come in droves to see Art Buchwald?
Oh, please. She needs the high, hard one.
And married women who are watching the show in the middle of the afternoon want to see Art Buchwald?
With his speech impediment. So I was thinking about all the candidates who are running Regis and Kathy Lee. I was thinking about all the candidates, and I was thinking about Colin Powell and all the different people. And the guy's sexless.
I would love to see who else she would book.
Yeah. Art
Give us that list.
Joe Franklin.
The people we're not seeing yet because they're not listening to Kathy Lee and Regis.
All arts. She'll book Art Buchwald, Art Garfunkel, Art Linkletter.
People she can sing with.
Yeah, right.
Boy.
Like she booked for her Christmas special that was low rated.
Yeah, Miss America and who else?
They had Reverend Billy Graham. Yeah, like somebody wants to hear from her. You know, she's just a loud. She ought to quit already. Why does she keep rumbling she's going to quit? Just quit.
Yeah, why threaten? You don't like this job.
Go. Leave. Go do duets with Julius LaRose and Christmas specials. What else is in the news, Robin?
So we might be losing our daily dose of Kathy Lee and Regis. I'm very
kill myself.
sorry about that. I'm really hurting.
The empty-headed nitwit who needs to be nailed by me. And she wouldn't have time to think about Art Buchwald.
Meanwhile, do you see that our government was closed down because Newt Gingrich was snubbed by the president, he feels?
Now explain all this to me.
From what I understand, he has now admitted that he and Bob Dole and Newt Gingrich were invited by the president to fly on Air Force One when they were going over to Israel for the funeral of Yitzhak Rabin.
Itzhak. It's cock.
Itzhak.
It's cock.
It's a sock, not a...
No, it's a cock. It is. It really is. If you got to at least remember the man the way his name was. It's cock. But you have trouble saying cock. You have trouble forming the word cock in your mouth.
Cock I don't have a problem with.
It is his cock.
It's his cock. But anyway, they were going over to that guy's funeral.
Right.
And the president invited Dole and Gingrich to fly on the plane with him, Air Force One.
Very nice.
He sat up in the front with the two other former presidents. I think it was Bush and Carter.
Yes.
Who were up there with him. And he stayed up there. Dole and Gingrich were in the back of the plane.
Okay.
Now, on the way home, Gingrich thought that the president should come to the back and discuss with them this budget difficulty they were having.
Okay.
The president stayed at the front of the plane.
All right.
Then when the plane landed, they were asked to deboard at the back, at the rear door, which is not where the press will be standing waiting for people to come off the plane.
Right.
So the three presidents walked down the front exit and got photographed, and then Dole and Gingrich climbed down the back stairs.
Wow.
And we're told to go home.
Well, I'll tell you something.
So he's all upset about that, and just because of that, he went back to his office, toughened up the two measures they sent to the president, knowing that they would get vetoed and that it would invoke this furlough deal where 800,000 people are now sitting at home.
I don't know why the President of the United States has to create a photo opportunity and walk down. I'm not saying that Gingrich is right about this. He certainly isn't. That's a temper tantrum that holds up the whole country.
Not only is it, but you can have a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
And you can be upset with the president for a social slight if that's the way you feel.
But you
don't involve other people's lives.
Right. But on the other hand, what's with Clinton creating the photo op? He's got to be seen presidential, walking out with two presidents, and he doesn't want to have Dole and Gingrich. Just walk out the same.
Who even knows that the president was involved in this, though? Do you think
could have been someone else?
Somebody asked him to walk out the rear door and not out the door they were coming through?
Sure he does. Of course he knows.
You don't know that.
You don't think?
I don't think the president said, hey, let those guys walk out the back door.
Really? Did you see how I planned my entrance, my book signing today?
Well, yeah, but you're not a world leader, Howard.
Well, thanks. I believe I am. I mean, I'm being photographed with Nicole.
But by the same token, are you a big enough man to say, you know what, I'm not going to affect everyone else's life?
Of course. Because
I'm a little upset with the president, but I will let the president know
that
I don't appreciate the way I was being treated?
I am a big enough man, and so is Nicole, by the way.
One of the guys who works here just met me in the hall and says, I feel inadequate after seeing Nicole.
She's quite the woman.
She said she's more man than me.
Than all of us.
So anyway, yes, that's why 800 people are now sitting at home, and we don't see any end in sight. Here is Newt Gingrich yesterday speaking to the House as to what he and the president are now talking about.
All right, here we go. Newt Gingrich.
We only say we want one condition, and it's not a hard condition. Almost 90% of the American people want this condition. Our phones are ringing off the hook when people are saying, don't back down, don't give in. And what's that condition?
What is it?
Balance the budget.
Okay, I'm for that.
Well, the deal is, not only does he want everybody can sit down and say, yeah, we want a balanced budget.
Right.
The conditions are, however, that the president would have to accept the numbers that the House uses in terms of what's going on with federal spending, and he would have to agree to a 7-year commitment to balancing the budget.
How is it anything is ever going to get done with this budget if you've got a House? Finally the Republicans have their House, they have the majority, and it's one president who's a Democrat. I mean, it seems to me that government is terminally gridlocked.
Yes, it's like traffic in New York.
Yeah, no course of action can be taken. To a layman like myself who doesn't understand any of this, it just seems like they're terminally locked. The only way you can keep traffic moving in New York, you have to have a man or a woman stand there and tell people to mind the law. Yeah. And we need a judge now to go work out the problem, some kind of advocate or mediator to work out the problems between the president and Congress. I volunteer. Oh, dear. I will do it. I could solve it in 5 minutes. Well, as far as I'm concerned, we've solved the problem. We have. Now that all these people are furloughed, aren't we saving money? Tons of money, and they're all non-essential. So it's fine. Isn't the deficit going down? As we speak. Let's take a break. I think we found the solution. We'll be back. We'll do some more news for you right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle. It's The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
I'll be at Brentano's 5th and 48th, and anybody who gets there by 12:30, I'll sign your book. And I don't care where your book came from. Unless you stole it. Don't let him put you out of that line. Yeah, right. Just stay in line. I'll be there when we get down there and sign a lot of books. It's very orderly down there, and we got about 50 billion cops. And there's a lot of guys picking up women. That's the latest report. Well, that's against the law. Stop that. Yeah, well, these women who listen to our show are ready for action. Very sexy. And if anybody's coming down there, the press evidently is out in full force. Good. Just spoke to a guy who was interviewed by Extra. Okay. And he sounds like he said the right things. He just repeated, Howard, Howard, God, Howard, God. And I don't know how people watch television, but, you have been all over lots of different shows for the last couple of weeks. And people say to me, I see Howard on television. Yeah, I saw him on some show the other day. What's going on? Yeah, I know. It's like they're in a fog. I know a lot of people like that. They're like, yeah, I saw, what's going on with that? They don't even pay attention to what anyone's talking about. I know people like that who are like in a fog. Yeah. I know what you're saying. I know guys, yeah, I saw you on some show, and you were talking about something. Yeah, I saw Howard on the Today Show, and then I saw him on, Current Affair. What's going on? Yeah. And it didn't happen once. It was 5 or 6 times before I thought, this is a strange thing. I got to mention this. Yeah, well, I got to tell you something, too. It's also partially the fault of these TV shows. They barely mention the book. They barely do. Yeah, it's a very strange thing. Like you go in there to talk about your book, and then they open up the piece and go, yeah, Howard Stern has a new book. And then they just go into this long interview about, You probably have a point there. Yeah, but even still, you should be able to get it after a while. Anyway, what else were we... Yeah, because people are going to be watching TV tonight and see me in women's clothes. And they won't know why. Yeah. They'll just be like, oh, there he is. I saw Howard in a dress. What's going on? That's what I'll get for about a week. So what else is in the news, Robin? The government, the non-essential government, I hope these people are sitting at home this morning. They have determined at the Justice Department that the Calvin Klein ads are not kiddie porn. Oh, they figured that out. Yeah. Yeah, I've been saying that. After much investigation... Yeah, they had to look them over. It turns out that the models were not underage. And what if they were? What, they're in their underwear? Please. No, these were they in underwear? No, they were in those provocative poses. Yeah, right. They weren't even in their underwear. Yeah. They were in, pants. Right, but they would show a boy climbing out of a T-shirt or a girl unzipping her fly or something like that, and that drove people crazy. No wonder the government is bankrupt. They're busy investigating that. This is some of the overage we need to get rid of. The fines against me were just as ridiculous, except the government has no problem fining me because I'm not Calvin Klein. If I had been Calvin Klein, they never would have touched me. It's just that I'm a goofball in their eyes, and they can get away with it, which they did. So they got $1.7 million out of us. Yeah. Among the Klein models was Bijou Phillips. She is the 15-year-old daughter of John Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas. I'm sure Papa John was real upset to hear that his daughter was involved in this controversy.
No, she runs around with total parental supervision.
Yeah.
She was shown in a tight tank top and jeans, but the photo is not kiddie porn under federal law.
Right. No wonder if Papa John needs a drink. His daughter's running around looking like that.
He makes beautiful children.
He sure does.
So anyway, you're safe. The Calvin Klein ads are not kiddie porn.
Good.
Hooters girls are not safe. They feel a little bit threatened because the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission has determined that their company is discriminating by not having male waitresses. Male waiters.
Now you know why the country is being ruined by lawyers. Some lawyer obviously dreamt up this lawsuit, and it is outrageous. There are businesses that hire female waitresses because it's called Hooters. It's the appeal of the restaurant. There are businesses that, because of their angle, a small business like Hooters cannot sit and hire men just because there's no men there. But lawyers, there are so many lawyers that graduate schools now that they don't know what to do with themselves, so they have to go out there and swim around like barracudas and dream up lawsuits. Don't you see?
Listen to this. After a 4-year probe, it took them 4 years of studying Hooters,
right? Hooters,
to come up with it.
Yes. I mean, that's like saying the government will insist that men strip at Scores. No, Scores is a place where guys go to watch women. That's the setup of the club. You mean to tell me you can't run a business like that?
Well, here's one of the diners, and she doesn't seem to have a problem with what's going on at Hooters. Her name is
Nobody
Mary
has a problem.
Ellen.
Nobody has a problem with Hooters. I don't ever think about Hooters.
No, stop saying you don't think about Hooters.
Well, I think about it, but I don't go there. I'm busy. I'm an intellectual. I write books.
I don't see what the flap is about, really. Men are hired by this company. I mean, I see men working here, so it's not like men are not employed by this.
They just don't have any male waiters.
No, I guess not. But I've never seen male cocktail waitresses in Vegas.
I'm going to sue. Of course, I'm going to sue McDonald's for not selling pizza.
And
it doesn't matter.
Here's the Hooters waitress. She's very concerned.
She is? Suzanne? Is that Suzanne,
no,
my waitress?
Her name is, no, I just have Hooters waitresses on the thing.
Oh, I see. Hooters waitress. I have it. Let's see what the Hooters waitress says about this controversy.
I think I like my job, and I really don't want to lose it. I don't think it's fair that we should be fired to hire men.
Well, there you go. That says it all.
So, but I like the idea that it took 4 years of study.
How about all these, like a radio program? That if it doesn't have equal number of men or women. I mean, you cannot regulate business and society like this.
But we've gotten wacky.
I mean, I can understand in a factory, okay, that makes buttons. If you said, gee, they're only hiring women, maybe some guys could have a job here, too. That I understand, because anybody can make a button. But if the premise of a restaurant is to show women in their Hooters outfits, how can you force a guy? Hooters is not a big business.
Did some guy go to Hooters and try to get a job? That's what I can't determine.
Who knows? Lawyers, but you see, in the old days, before there was so many lawyers, you'd walk into lawyers' office and say, I want to sue Hooters, I can't get a job. The guy would say, listen, I'm very busy. I didn't get into law school to sit and be bothered by morons. Now they go, oh, okay.
But this isn't some independent lawyer. This was the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission.
Yeah, some lawyers involved.
Oh, they have lawyers on the group, sure. But this is your government, is what I'm telling you.
Yes.
The government is busy.
4-year investigation.
4 years of investigation of Hooters.
It's funny. You got to laugh at it. What else is in the news, Robin?
Bruce Springsteen is going on an acoustic tour, Howard, and he's going to be making an appearance at the Beacon Theater here in New York.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The tickets will go on sale on Saturday at 9 in the morning. However,
I'll line up.
Nobody is being told where the tickets will be sold.
Does Bruce know, reality check, that nobody cares about him anymore?
Well, he figures, this is not a stadium tour. The Beacon only holds about 5,000 people. He ought to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So this is some tour he's doing. It kicks off in November in Los Angeles, and then it moves to San Francisco and Berkeley.
You should give all the tickets to the homeless and let them sell them. Like I do.
That's a good way to move tickets.
Of course.
Let them make the money.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess it's a big deal that Bruce is going out alone, where he'll just sit on a stage with a guitar and sing.
Wow. I'm not going.
You're going to be different and not go.
You know what? I'll wait till he has a band, okay?
You like Bruce with a band.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a summer campfire.
A hootenanny.
Yeah.
So down.
Will he be doing Kumbaya?
They had that deposition hearing in Los Angeles on O.J. Simpson yesterday, and the judge decided that it was ridiculous that people shouldn't be able to hear what O.J. Simpson has to say when questioned. So his depositions will not be sealed. But he did say that the only way he'll agree to a videotape is if there's some way to make sure that the videotape of the proceedings doesn't leak out.
Oh.
They will keep the event very closed. Only the lawyers, Ron Goldman's biological mother and father, and Nicole Simpson's father will be allowed to attend the deposition. They have not announced what the new date will be. I also understand that there have been more book deals. Robert Shapiro has now signed a book deal.
For $75, right?
No, it was over $1 million
Wow.
from the reports I've heard.
Jesus.
How many books on O.J. do you think the law will... I mean, the law will allow all.
They shouldn't.
But will the public be interested in?
You want to know? Maybe one or two. Not even.
But everybody's getting a deal.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
I see again in the paper there's an ad for Christopher Darden's speech at Town Hall.
How much a ticket?
I think it's $25 a ticket.
Well, first of all, people know, how much could he tell in his meeting? He's got to save it for his book. If he reveals everything in his meeting, then what good is it? Who knows?
I don't have the answer. You know, there's going to be this big Beatles thing. I mean, we're getting all Beatled out here.
Not me. You don't hear me playing any Beatles.
With the fact that this anthology is coming up.
You know, I knew something was going on with the Beatles because this reporter, I was being interviewed for my book, and this guy says to me, well, what is your favorite Beatles song? I said, what are you talking about?
Have they put out a song?
Yeah, I mean, they're dead. So he goes, no, we're doing a Beatles anthology. We're asking celebrities. They try to get you involved in another story.
Right.
Not happy with the story I want to do. They want another story. I said, you know my name. Look up the number. He goes, what is that? I go, that's why I like it. Nobody knows what it is. Go figure it out. Look it up. He goes, what album is that on? I said, what, do I have to do all the research? Why don't you, no, it's on a single, I think. You know that song. You know my name.
Yeah, you played it for me once.
Look up the number.
Well, there's going to be some big thing on ABC next week, starting on Sunday. It's going to run for 3 nights. It's supposed to be some whole history of the Beatles that they're rehashing, because this big compilation album with some new tracks from the Beatles are on it. In the paper today, they say you can thank George Harrison's money loss for this Beatles reunion.
Yeah, I just sent him some danglers.
He was against reforming the Beatles, and in 1989 he said there'll never be a Beatles reunion now because John Lennon is dead.
Right. Then he lost all his money?
But then his accountant ran off with a lot of his money, and he said, oops, I better get back together with those guys.
Okay, how's an accountant run off with his money? Is he awake, or they just go off with it?
Well, you know what George did was he decided to get into the movie business. And I guess the accountant was the guy who was really running that portion of the business, and for a while they had great success.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they started making these terrible bombs. And now George is pissed, and he's going into court screaming that the guy mismanaged him and took a lot of money and whatever. So his worth is estimated to be around $20 million now, but I guess he has a high overhead from getting used to living on hundreds of millions as opposed to just 20.
Can you imagine he's like one of the most successful musicians in the world? Hit the lottery and he's only worth $20 million? When the other Beatles are worth $300 and $400 million. John Lennon's worth $400 million.
I don't know what Ringo's worth.
Well, that's true.
Ringo never talked about money.
Let's take a break, Robin, then we'll wrap up the news, and I'll get over to Brentano's nice and early, as planned, right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
I'll be making my way down to Brentano's signing copies of Miss America, 5th Avenue and 48th Street. Doing that today. Maybe he wants to stop by on their lunch break. Just try to get down there before 12:30 so I can sign your book. Lisa, the lifeguard, has shown up. I have to put her into the procession of women that'll be walking me down the big Miss America runway, Robin. You remember Lisa, the lifeguard?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. She made it here?
Yes. And Elizabeth, the fat chick.
Oh, because they weren't here when we were talking to the other girl.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth's going to go out after Amy Lynn.
Yeah. I've never met Elizabeth.
Yeah, she's in the book. Oh, there's Lisa, the lifeguard. Nice dress. You're going to wear a bathing suit, though. You're going to wear a bathing suit.
I bought this dress especially for you yesterday.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really cute. Let's see.
Hi, Howard.
Not bad. Nice.
Hi, Robin.
Now, you might remember Elizabeth.
I do remember her.
Elizabeth's the girl who, Gary ate all that food New Year's Eve in his mouth and then spit it into Elizabeth's mouth. And weren't you a slave or something?
Yes, I was a slave girl.
And don't you remember, she was the young girl who was the nanny of this guy, and then she moved the wife out and moved in herself.
Right.
Yeah. Her slave master or whatever's here, they came in, walked right in the lobby, and she was on a collar, and he had a chain.
You were on a collar when you walked in?
Yes.
Oh, so you're still a slave?
Kinda.
What do you mean kinda? You're not a slave anymore?
Or do you just get into that for Howard Stern events?
Well, I do that.
What are you going to wear out there on the runway today at Brentano's?
It's a short skirt.
That's it?
Well, why don't you wear a bathing suit?
She said it was too cold.
Too cold? So what? This is show business. You need to wear something sexier.
Have you ever seen the guy that's like her slave master?
No.
Like, you look at her and say, oh, she's a little chunky and stuff, but then you see the guy and you say she's way too good for him.
Really?
Yeah, he's sort of a funny-looking guy.
Oh, I thought it was a girl who was your slave master.
No.
Well, I had a guy and a girl at the time.
And now the girl's gone?
The girl's gone, yeah.
She booked out on you, huh?
Not really. We kind of parted.
I see.
We had our own differences.
So the guy you're with is that guy who you were babysitting for?
Yeah, and I'm living with him now, yeah.
I see.
And attending school.
No kidding.
Yes.
And she can really eat, she'll eat anything.
Yeah, she ate the food Gary chewed.
Man, that was disgusting. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Gary would chew up. What did you chew that night, Gary?
I'll never forget, because I put stuff in my mouth I wouldn't even eat.
Yeah.
I took a bunch of turkey, a big piece of chocolate cake, and then something green, spinach or broccoli or something.
Yeah.
And you chewed it up and then spit it
on a plate. Then she took 2 fingers, a huge wedge of it, and jammed it right in her mouth.
Ugh.
Yeah, you guys should have won that event.
It wasn't like she licked it. She, took a swab of it and ate it.
And didn't puke.
No.
Wow, you still doing stuff like that?
Well, I'm just busy with school, so whatever you
What are you going to do when you finish school?
Yeah, what do you want to be?
I'm an accountant.
Oh, yeah? You want to be George Harrison's accountant?
I was going to say, George Harrison's looking for someone.
That's right. And beautiful Lisa, you got to admit, Lisa's very beautiful, isn't she? Lisa, the lifeguard.
Thanks.
And what are you wearing? A bathing suit under there?
Yeah, I'm wearing my white bikini. But I just wanted to thank you for inviting me. Very
of course.
honored.
Oh, I think the guys are going to go nuts when they see you.
Now, did Lisa go to your last score?
Yeah, Lisa was there.
How was that?
She was like the goody two-shoes in the whole place. I tried to get her to dance for me, and she was like, this is too wild.
I would tell you what
dance.
happened. I played Howard and my song, and I asked to...
what is our song, by the way? Van Morrison? Yeah, right. So she comes up to me and she says, you want to dance?
And he
so
started dancing, and he goes, no, I don't want to corrupt you. Go away.
It was too boring. But she's beautiful, and the guys will dig her. What?
She was really, weirded out by the party. She kept coming up to me.
Don't doubt it.
It's a men's party. Lisa's, kind of innocent. You know what I mean?
I didn't know what she was going for.
We just wanted to shock her, I think.
I had a great time.
Lisa, you'll never become a stripper, will you?
Did you last the whole thing?
No.
You lasted the whole party?
Yeah, till about 3 o'clock.
Yeah? Okay.
Ralph, stay out of the show, will you, please? Thank you.
I got a little tipsy, so I had to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't get tipsy enough, my dear. That top didn't come off.
You know when she was about to lose control, so she left.
So you're going to wear that bathing suit out there tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to wear my dress, but...
No. Guys want to see you in a bathing suit. The dress is beautiful.
They won't recognize you in that dress.
And I'm going to make Elizabeth, you should wear a little less clothing.
For a slave, she's awfully uppity.
I'll tell your master to... you got lots of meat. You're not going to be that cold out there. You're
I
a
have
big
an
girl.
extra bikini if you want to borrow it.
And we have some.
Okay, we have bikinis.
We have bikinis here.
You should be in a bikini.
Yeah.
Was she in a bikini in the book? I don't remember.
Yeah, she's almost like nude in the book.
It's in July, though, so...
So what? What are you being a baby? We're going to be out there for 3 minutes.
It's not a long walk. That's what they tell me anyway. You're probably out there a half an hour.
We'll be in front of Brentano's on a red carpet. What do you got on there? What, you got a top on under there?
I have a bustier on.
Not you. I'm not looking at you. Are you crazy? Lisa, you have a bustier? So wear the bustier out there. What do you got, a bra on?
That's her
No, I wasn't wearing a bra, and then Gary told me to put on a bikini, so now I have a bikini top underneath the dress.
Let me see what you're going to wear out there. Take that dress off. Yeah, let me just make sure it's all right.
You know what? Anything for a cheap thrill.
I know.
It's the same one from last time. I have a...
Oh, it is? I don't remember that. That's why.
White.
Let me just see if it looks good, because I don't want my fans...
what a white bikini looks like.
I think people will be running down... What is it? Where is Brentano's? Fifth Avenue?
Fifth Avenue.
People will be running wild and naked down Fifth Avenue today. Let me see. Ooh, you look nice. Oh, you are... Ooh. All natural, huh? Those are no implants.
All natural. 36 days.
I'm getting warmed up already.
You thought you'd have trouble being in your sleeveless dress.
Yeah. No, I don't feel so bad. All right, here's what I want to do. Elizabeth goes out after Amy Lynn. All right. And I would say Lisa should go...
After the Scores girls?
I was thinking after Nicole.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I keep saying Nicole should be closest to you.
No, I think the audience needs to see a beautiful woman before I walk out.
You?
Yeah, because, you know, you got to brace themselves.
All right, so after Nicole, but before Marty.
Huh?
Right, before Marty is Lisa the lifeguard.
Right.
And Elizabeth is the second one out. And Elizabeth, give some serious thought to removing some of those clothes. Thank you.
Okay.
And you can see Elizabeth in the book. She's on the scratch and sniff layout. The two heavy-set girls. Elizabeth is one of them. Very lovely. Very nice, Elizabeth. Lisa, the lifeguard, I'll see you out there.
Okay.
Lisa's been on the show now during the Black Jeopardy. You were on 2020 the other night.
She had her own show.
And I was on Katie Couric with you.
You were, in fact, on Katie Couric with me. So you owe me, baby. You owe me at least digital manipulation. Thank you.
Please.
Thank you. Made her a star. What do I get? Zip.
What did she do on Katie Couric with you?
No, they were showing clips of me on the air. So she was,
see.
Yeah.
Okay. She made one of those clips?
Yeah. Anyway, Robin, anything else in the news?
What does she do in the off season? She's a lifeguard.
Yeah, I don't know what she does in the off season. I have no idea. I think she's she works at a carnival. Biting chickens' heads off. A geek. Anything else, Robin?
Anyway, I was talking to you about the O.J. Simpson thing before we left. Here is Fred Goldman to say what he is seeking in this suit.
Yeah, what is
wrongful death suit.
What does he hope to gain, Robin?
This lawsuit is, as I've said before, it's an opportunity, the only opportunity left for our family to get justice.
So he still feels that O.J. Simpson is the murderer of his son.
Now, what if they hold this trial? And O.J. breaks down under questioning and slips up and says something that indicates...
There is no slip that can put him in jail for his murder.
The only thing that Fred Goldman can get is money.
That's true. And the satisfaction of knowing that other people will know, if he's found guilty, that O.J. is the murderer of his son.
Okay.
It is Great American Smokeout Day, Howard.
Doesn't affect me. I quit years ago because of my inner strength.
Oh, here we go with your inner strength again.
I'm a very strong individual.
Yeah.
Unlike Scott the engineer.
Still tapping on things?
Not anymore.
Yeah, right.
Not at all.
I bet you do.
No, I don't.
Tap the floor 3 times with your foot, and look at you there.
No, I don't. Tapping my head right now. Like a woodpecker. Hey, Fred quit smoking, and Fred has no backbone. Absolutely. He was able to quit.
Look at how many times it took him. Remember, he used to lie and tell us he was quitting, and then he'd run into the bathroom and smoke?
But I've done it.
Right.
Finally.
He did quit.
Finally. Well, the people at the Great American Smokeout are saying, well, if the tobacco companies are targeting children, we can too. So this year, the Great American Smokeout doesn't only include people who are smokers who want to quit for the day or try to stay off cigarettes as long as they can for the day, or at least think about it today. They are also saying children from the ages of, 7 to 13 or 9 to 13 or something like that, can, if their teachers agree, go outside and scream today as a part of the Great American Smokeout. Here's Susan Islam to explain to us exactly how children can participate.
Kids in grades 5 through 9 all across the country will go out of their classrooms and scream out for 7 seconds against tobacco, against the tobacco companies.
That would make me want to smoke.
Manipulated by the tobacco companies.
Well, yeah, but who are these teachers? Where do they find them?
This is not a teacher. She's with the Great American Smokeout.
Oh, my God.
And Susan also says, well, this is what the kids can scream.
They're just going to scream. I mean, they could scream no, they could just scream. They can really pretty much scream whatever they want.
Oh, boy, kids, have a good time.
A lot of them are going to scream F Jackie.
Yeah. That's what I'd be doing. But anyway, so just think about it. It's the Great American Smokeout. Kelsey Grammer.
Yes.
The star of Frasier is having another sick out. Apparently he's in some kind of a contract dispute with Paramount production company.
Yeah.
Because they are doing reruns, or I guess selling or packaging his show for reruns or syndication, and he's upset about the amount of money he's being offered.
Yeah, you would think with all the money they're making, they could give me some.
Well, he's a sick individual, this Kelsey Grammer. He makes a deal, and then right away he's ready to, he wants more money.
So he called in sick, I guess, yesterday. He won't come to the set and tape.
They should fire him. They should throw him right the hell off the show, and then they'll teach him.
Well, he is in a good position. He is Frasier.
That's true. Change the name of the show.
Jackie! To Jackie!
No.
And yesterday, before we left, I told you that Mayor Marion Barry had made an announcement that he was going to hold a press conference that had something to do with his medical condition. And what the mayor had to announce was that he has prostate cancer.
That won't slow him down at all.
So he is now one of the unlucky ones who is struck with this disease. It is a major killer of men. He is just the latest. There are a number of people who have beat prostate cancer, but also some who have not. I think it was the same disease that killed Bill Bixby.
That is correct.
So,
my favorite Martian.
Mayor Barry, just another one on the list of sufferers.
That was the name of the show, Fred. You're still my favorite Martian.
So that's what's happening, folks.
Very good, Robin. I will now make my way into my dress. Then I will put on my bra, my pasties, my falsies. Oh, yes, I have to wear pasties. I don't want any nipple showing. And I will put my heels on. I will shave my chest and make my way to Brentano's 5th Avenue and 48th. So I'll be over in a second. Now, a couple of quick plugs here. Robin's book is on sale, Quivers Alive. Jackie the Joke Man Martling, absolute last week to get his filthy joke video.
There's only a few more days.
That's right. For Who Farted I Smelt It, only $15 plus $4 shipping and handling. Holiday special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Wednesday, November 22nd at Chuckles Comedy Club in Mineola on Long Island. For information and Jokeland's internet address, call 516-922-WINE. Catch King Norris at Cocktails in South River, New Jersey this Saturday. Baba Booey will be appearing at Battlecade's Extreme Fighting at the Brooklyn Armory this Saturday at 9 p.m. Also available on pay-per-view. Mr. T will be on that program as well. Don't miss Stuttering John appearing in Tony and Tina's wedding every Wednesday and Thursday night. For more information and to get a signed copy of John's CD, call 201-942-OUCH. Don't miss Steve the Gorilla Gorillo hosting the Long Island Collector and Classic Car Auction on Tuesday, November 21st at the Long Island Marriott Hotel in Uniondale. Show starts at 7 p.m. Please be prompt. If you're planning a wedding or Christmas party and you want a great DJ, call Scott, the very cranky engineer in light of the American Smokeout.
Oh.
You know he's not even trying.
Of course not. He's smoking in honor of the smokeout.
718-BAG-5040 is his number. Get in touch with him, and I'll see you in a few minutes at Brentano's at 5th and 48th.